So tell me, what's the toughest decision that you ever had to make as a woman?
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Okay. The toughest decision I've ever made as a woman was planning another marriage while I was still in another marriage. That sounds terrible, right? Wait till you hear the whole story.
Carry on.
Okay, my first husband and I met when I was young. I was still under my father's wings when I got married. But 2 years into the marriage, my father passed away. And that made me an orphan because my mom died while I was 18 and my dad refused to marry. So I was raised by my dad and his siblings. 1 year after my dad died, it became 3 years with no child in my marriage. I remember a family meeting was held where his mom, my mother-in-law, sat me down not to comfort me, but to interrogate me. A woman is a field, she said. If the field is dry, the farmer is wasting his seed. My husband sat there staring at his phone, saying nothing. I'm a senior accountant in the bank, and I understand logic, data, and facts. So I begged my husband, let us go for paternity and fertility check, so we'll know if there's a medical reason. But him and his mother were adamant. To them, a man is never the problem. In fact, suggesting that he was impotent or has low sperm counts was a treason to them. So the moment I made that statement, that was when my husband snapped that he was a real man and he doesn't need any doctor to prove it. And from that day, the maltreatment became a daily routine. Even the last born of their family will walk past me without even greeting. They treated me like a liability. Moving on to the breaking point of this story, they didn't even consult me. My supposed husband and his mom connived behind my back and showed up one evening with a young lady. They said, since you have refused to give us a child, we brought someone who can. I just looked at my husband, and when he looked away, I knew the man I married was long gone. So I didn't say anything. I actually encouraged it because I wanted them to have their fertile field, so they could finally see that it was the farmer who was the one with an empty sack. Moving on, 6 months after she came in, she wasn't pregnant. The atmosphere became so toxic. They started saying my presence was a cause, that I was spiritually locking the new wife's womb, and all sort of fetish things. Anyways, we all stayed in that house for that 6 months because it was more like a family house. His mother was in the same house but a different flat. So one day my husband gave me something, and this is the best thing the family said I should do and stuff like that. He brought out a divorce paper and said I should sign. And when I refused, they literally forced those divorce paper on me during the family meeting, thinking I'll cry for mercy. But by then, I've already met a man.
Wow.
He was a customer at the bank I worked. I was his personal accountant then. This man saw me not as a barren woman, but as a sharp and intelligent woman who managed his millions. And when he eventually expressed his interest, I didn't lie to him. I told him everything. I told him I was in a dead marriage, that I was being blamed for a silence in my womb, and I don't believe it was my fault. He didn't judge me. He looked at me and said, even if there are medical issues, you are more than a vessel. And that was the moment I started planning my exit. I needed to know the truth for myself. I needed to know if I was truly the dry field they claim. So before I could sign those papers, I allowed myself to get close to this new man. And almost immediately, I got pregnant. The moment the test showed 2 lines, I felt a weight lift off my soul that I can't describe. It wasn't just a baby, but my vindication. That was all I needed. I walked into the house, picked up the divorce paper they have been waving into my face, and I signed them with a steady hand. I was now a free woman. Immediately, I went to my uncle and I told them I was bringing a new man to the house. My uncle said, isn't that too early? The ink on my divorce was barely too dry. I looked at my uncle and said, he didn't die, he divorced me, remember? He threw me like trash. So why should I sit in the dust and wait for his permission to be happy?
I wonder.
I'm a free woman and I have found someone who knows my value. My uncle saw the fire in my eyes and he said, okay, you can come with him. I just want you to be happy. Then he brought something in my head. Few weeks later, I was done with my traditional marriage and I left the other marriage and went straight to the arms of the man who cherished and loved me.
You make me proudly.
Moving on, my new husband and I decided to visit my former in-laws. Because I asked him to follow me there, I needed to clear the air on some things. Then I was 6 months pregnant and I made sure it showed. When we walked into the compound and my former mother-in-law saw me, she saw my big stomach. She almost collapsed. She looked at me and the second wife, who has been sitting there over a year with no child, their face was full of misery. I didn't even sit down. I just started talking to my former mother-in-law. I said, I came to show you that God does not sleep, rubbing my stomach while talking to her. The problem was never from me. It was from your perfect son. Now you've ruined one marriage and now you're in the middle of ruining another one. I hope your pride is able to keep you company when you have no grandchildren to hold. And nothing paid me that the woman has only one child though. Anyways, the second wife didn't even wait for me to finish. She immediately went inside, packed her bags. She realized she was being blamed for a man's silent failure and she saw hope when she saw me. So she packed her things and she left even before I did.
Damn.
And to all good women out there who are not being appreciated enough, listen to me closely. Your case might not be exactly like mine. Your struggle might not be about a child or your mother-in-law. But every situation has a solution. Don't just sit down there and let people who don't know their own worth make you feel worthless by passing their misery onto you. As a woman, you are the most sophisticated architect of the society.
Exactly.
We are raised to be fixers. We fix the dinner, we fix the mood, and we try to fix broken men too. But you cannot fix a house that is built on the foundation of your own destruction. Always be one step ahead. If they treat you like an option, remove yourself from the menu entirely. Because true maturity isn't just bearing it for the sake of the name. Maturity is knowing when the chapter is finished and having the courage to write the next one yourself. Do not let the culture of silence bury you alive. You are a human being with rights and voice, and with a destiny that does not end in someone else's kitchen. I didn't just survive, I orchestrated my own liberation. And I am here to tell you, the scariest step is the one that leads you to your throne. Take it.